Hi everyone, I am Aman Raj, and this is our project. This is our web application hosted at irs.skdiv.com. It is the subdomain for skdiv.com, irs.skdiv.com, and we are in production. This is the public URL, and the website has been hosted. So I will quickly demonstrate the Cloud Console configuration for the project IRYS. So as you can see, we have enabled the task API, and with this API, there are credentials involved. So as you can see over here, once it is loading, I have enabled a OAuth 2.0 client ID, IRIS Google Tasks. I've given the name to it, and I can also show you the client ID and the secret associated with the project. So yeah, so here it is. The client ID is this one, and the name for the OAuth client ID is IRIS Google Tasks. Now, the redirect URIs, one is the local URL, one is the host backend URL, which uses the same domain, skdiv.com, iris backend, the callback URL. Now, this is the secret, which is associated with this client ID, right? Now, this is the Google Cloud Console for the Iris project. I have created these things to enable the web client for authenticating users and requesting access to their Google Calendar task data. Yeah. So I would probably now be showing the OAuth consent screen configuration for it. So when I say the consent screen configuration, I have to explicitly define everything like the name for the project, right? So it is Iris. I've given my support email as I am on raj87@gmail.com for now, and this is the app information. The app logo is a white logo because it for the application, so it is not visible here. But apart from that, this is the public URL for the home page, for the privacy policy page, for the terms of service. I would later be showing how to navigate to these pages, but for now, I've just added the links over here. Now, the authorized domain, it is the skdiv.com, as I mentioned earlier, and the website is hosted at iris.skdiv.com, which is a subdomain for the authorized domain, right? So, yeah, these are all the uh, consent screen configuration. And let's move on to the scope that is associated with this API. So I would quickly be demonstrating that. So as we know, we also have to mention the scope, the data that we will be using through this API. So it is the auth slash it is the HTTPS www.googleapis.com/auth/tasks. So it lets me use get the data after the user consents for on the authentication screen, and I then have the data for the user's Google Calendar task panel. The justification for this scope is needed to enable full synchronization between Google Tasks and the Iris platform. It allows us to create, update, and delete tasks on the on both the platforms and keep both of them in sync. The more limited scopes are insufficient as full CRUD access is required for reliable task management across both platforms. Yeah, so I guess I hope I am all clear. I will be attaching the YouTube video demo link very soon. So now I would like to show the login with Google and the OAuth grant process. So as you can see on the home screen, it says Google Calendar, go to settings. If I have not been connected to the Google Calendar, it will show like this. So let's move on to the settings. And over here, if I click on connect, I would be redirecting to the OAuth consent screen where I would just choose a email ID of mine. And because the app has not been verified yet, I'll just click on advanced and go to skdiv.com and save. And after that, as you can see, skdiv.com already has some access. Let's see the two services that he has and that they have access to. One is the Google Calendar and one is the related to the Google Tasks. So that is what it comes with the API. The privacy policy in terms of service, all of these links have already been attached. So for this API, and yeah, more of the details are just linked in over here. Now, if I click on continue, what it will do is it will redirect me to the home page. And over here, now I will see that it is connected. The Google is connected. Now let's move on to my tasks account, Google Task account. So this is the account over here. I do not have any task as of now, right? So let's let's now focus on how the API is working and how we are getting the data from the user. Okay, so in the backend, um, after the Google Google client, the authentication has interacted with my hosted backend callback URL. I have been just redirected to the home screen as you saw. Now, this was the process where it took from me the token that we use for the website for authentication, and based on that token, it has given me the redirect response. And now, when I refresh the website, it detects actually automatically detects that okay, with this token, I have signed in with the Google and have given the access, so it is verifying my token, and in that token it is extracting the user ID of the user for this project, and based on that in the database it is just making the value to true when the Google Calendar is connected or not. So based on that value I am showing this UI state which you are seeing here. I also get the last sync data that the database stores. So for the sync we have a different API call in backend, and that sync just does one thing. It lets me update a few things on the front end manually, and that is how we are just dealing the stuffs right now. I would be now showing the flow. So let's say I create a task on Iris. The task name is, let's say, Iris task. If I give it a category, which is, let's say, personal. If I give priority as high, if I give duration as, and then repeats as daily. If I submit the form for the task, a new task is created, which is Iris task. Now let's go on to the Google task to see if it is created or not. So as you can see, Iris task has been created. The description we do not show on the website, but it is a description that just gets embedded as well in the API call. So as you can see in the real time, it is happening. If I complete the task over here, it will also complete the task over here. So before doing that, I would like to show how the edit feature is working. So on my application Iris, if I click on the task and if I click on editing the task, and let's say ed editing editing first version. This is the first version of edit. Okay, so if I click on submit, it will actually edit the name of the task, obviously on the Iris, but also on the Google task, right? Now let's try to do it vice versa. Now I want to do it for the second time, so I'll do the editing for the second version. And this is the second version of the edit, so I just am removing the editing because now this is the final version as well. After this, I won't be editing it. So if I click on enter, it has edited the thing over here. And if you see over here, the change has not reflected. Why? Because I have not clicked on sync Google to Iris. So if I click on sync Google to Iris, what it will do is it will fetch the data and it will update the UI state over here. So let's try to do it. As you see, the Iris task second version, the name is the same. So that is how we are dealing with things. Now, the last thing which needs to be tested is the complete functionality. So if I complete the task on Google, or let's say if I complete the task on Iris, wherever I do it, it should work fine. So when I click on complete tasks and it gets completed on my Iris. Now I have to recheck if it has completed on Google Calendar or not. So as you can see, it got completed without me clicking and manually doing it. So this is how it is work. Things are working right now, and I believe this flow would have made things more clear. Just to add few more things to this demonstration, one can go in the settings page and can see the privacy policy and the terms of service link. Those are the public pages. So those are just the pages that are required in order to verify the things. And just like this, you have privacy underscore policy. So once you go over there, this loader is a white logo as I mentioned. So this is the privacy policy, right? Okay, nice. So yeah, like this we have attached the public URLs, and I have because I have already demonstrated the Google Calendar sync flow right now, and as you can see, there is no task on my Google task. So that is why it is not fetching. It is not fetching any tasks, and that is just that justifies the implementation as well. So I guess that is it. The scope that we are using is I have already mentioned it in the GCP configuration, and it is used to fetch, create, update, and delete tasks as well between Iris and Google services. Uh, and to summarize, all of this is handled through our web OAuth client registered on GCP, and the client ID and the secret for which I have already used in my own env file in the code base. So I can even show the env for the files that we are using. So as you can see, the client ID is this one, Google Task Client ID, and the secret is something which backend would be using. So that is how things are working right now. Um, yeah. And apart from that, there is not much thing to um, add over in this video, but I believe this would have given the more clarity on how we are doing things, right? So yeah, thanks for that, and I look forward to our website and our whole project getting a verified badge from Google, and we really enjoyed integrating this API and the whole functionality. So looking forward to the verification center showing green instead of the yellow mark right now, which is like the pending thing. So I'll just update the link after deploying it to the YouTube, and I will be attaching the link as well. Thank you for that.